How's it going, everyone? Just before we get into this video, I want to give you guys a quick heads up. This is of course going to be a very long video, but I will say content in this video is actually ridiculously useful. I feel like this Captain Falcon player asked some really good questions, and I don't know how, but he was able to get some really good information out of me, and it came together very beautifully. I'm also going to keep in one of our last games of the session because things kind of just clicked for him, and I want you guys to see how that gameplay played out without any sort of cuts or edits. Also, at the very end of the video, I kept in a very small section that had to do with a new movement setup that I've been messing around with. It didn't really have enough context to warrant having its own video, but I thought it was super important that you guys do happen to see this, and you should be adding it to your gameplay or at least messing around with it. And lastly, unfortunately, my Switch did crash right before this coaching session happened. So unfortunately, there won't be any mods, and there's not going to be a controller cam at the bottom of the screen. So I apologize for that. But like I said, this video, or this session specifically, is one of, in my opinion, one of the best coaching sessions that I've had in a super long time. So guys, please be sure to watch the video in its entirety. Of course, leave a comment on the video. I've been super appreciative of all the support that's been happening on the channel. So I just want to say a huge thanks for all the support. With that being said, let's get into the video. Actually worked. I'm very surprised I hit it.
Yeah, I panicked there.
They went better than it could have. I almost got a spike, so it's all good.
I do have a question. Like I find myself like struggling to approach. Of course, I think that's like neutral stuff. What have you noticed with like how we're approaching neutral, and like what should I have gone for more? Because I feel like it's been pretty linear.
So I think it's not necessarily the moves that you're going for that are wrong. It's more so, and it's like almost funny to say this now considering how we started things off, because I've slowed my own patience down to like level 0 at this point. So if you notice, what's making me be more successful now is I'm using like 75% movement. And basically, I'm not gonna say never swinging, but when I throw out like an up air or a forward tilt or something that's like super safe, that's like the most frequent move I'm using. I'm not like short hop fairing in neutral all the time or anything like that, or like throwing out tons of smash attacks or side being, like just to see what will happen. So for yourself, your Nair 1 is insanely safe and insanely fast. Same thing with your falling up air, same thing with back air. These are moves that you can throw out to try and get your opponent to hesitate or to react. I use falling up air as Falco or even as Mithra as an animation on screen, also with a sound effect to get the opponent to like react to it and potentially get scared or panic or something. So I'm not necessarily always throwing out falling up air to even try and hit you. If I hit you, that's great. If it hits your shield, it's -5, so that's also great. But I'm not thinking I want falling up air to do a specific combo. I'm going to do a falling up air so that you believe that you can get a grab, or you can get a dash attack, or you can get a side B, and I can just get out of there immediately. This starts to fall into the category of bait and punish, or using your movements as far as feints. So empty hopping and like drifting towards me and then drifting away. And it's not so much to say you should just drift towards me, drift away, then dash in, and then go for like a dash grab, or dash away, then go for side B. Sometimes it's multiple exposures to a single bait. So it's multiple empty hops or multiple walk up into walk away. So if I want to, like, let's say bait you like this could be my bait. And I'm not going to just like say I'm gonna, let's say, go for one jump, dash in, or dash away, then side B. Like I'm not gonna go like this, dash away, and then go like that. That's not really a bait, because for me it's like I'm just gonna go for it and hope for the best if that's what I was to do. Instead, if I'm going for something like this, if you throw out like, let's say, nairs or falling up airs or back airs and I don't see a clear opening, I'm not going to do anything. But if you go for a grab, or let's say you go for jab, or let's say falcon kick or side B or anything at all that is actually reactable and very punishable, if I can come down with the falling up air, then that's great. But if I can get down to the ground and, let's say, get a grab of my own, then I'm going to do that, or an up tilt. So a lot of the time, a lot of the game is waiting and just basically boxing, right? If you know anything about boxing, you don't have to like be an expert on it. I'm definitely not an expert on it, but I understand how it works as far as we both are tremendously capable of destroying each other, but the winner is the person that doesn't fall into the trap of getting too cocky or too arrogant or getting complacent.
Too aggressive,
So if I want to just dance around and, in quotations, do nothing, if it's working because you're swinging for the fences or throwing out haymakers, you could say, and I'm waiting for you to make that mistake, and I'm just getting you with like a simple jab, as far as if we're talking about boxing here, I'm getting body shots where it's like I'm not fancy at all, but you're making mistakes and they capitalize every single time. That's the situation. Then the only way that you're going to win is not throw more haymakers, right? It's try to control that and throw out like your safe pokes. And if you get yourself a situation, that's where you want to start scouting out my air dodge, my double jump, my panic hops, if I'm coming down with like nairs to land on your shield or whatever it might be. Because if I'm landing like, let's say if you were to get like, I don't know, nair, because you're like nair one into up air, and then let's say you, instead of following up with another up air, if you think I'm going to try and nair out or neutral air dodge out, you can go like nair one, falling up air, charge F smash. And if I come down with a nair, I can get destroyed by something like that.
Yeah.
Right? And of course, that's not approaching. I'm just talking about, it starts with nair. Nair one, right? With very, very specific, and I understand that you're not going to just fish for nair one, but you should also know your setups off of things like nair one, or like getting knockdowns out of back air, right? Or even if you happen to land a falling up air, whether it's on purpose or not. If you get a falling up air on someone's shield and it's super safe, you're going for falling up air into jab, falling up air into grab, falling up air into slingshot into nair one, falling up air into dash away. And as I'm in shield, if I don't know that it's super safe, maybe I go like this and I try and catch you for going for nair one, or maybe I go for a grab. You go for nair, you dash out of the way and come back in with side B.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So what you're trying
but it all starts with nair one.
Well, in that situation, sure. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want you to fixate on the move, because like I was saying before, and I wanted to preface this way specifically. It's not the move that's the problem. It's how frequently you're throwing them out. And as far as the other moves, like whether it's dash attacks or side Bs or dash grabs or Falcon Case, and I don't think you're doing a bad job at all. I don't think you're just like super wilding out and playing like an elite Smash Falcon who's just trying to do crazy shit. This is the thing at higher and higher levels of play too. Those razor thin margins become even more razor thin. So it's like, for example, I could run up to you, and if you're going for like empty hops or whatever in front of me, and if I throw out one grab and I'm wrong, I'm either taking 60 or I'm dead, provided that you are that player that can capitalize on a missed grab. Another big part of approaching is you want to try and get close enough, like I said, to get me to panic. So if you can go and let's say get close enough where you're going for empty hops or dashing or walking or throwing out like falling nairs or falling up airs or falling back airs, or just the empty hops, try and pay attention to what I do when I'm pressured to make a decision. What I mean by that is if I have nowhere to go, going back to the outlets, right? If I can't go up here, or I can't just run away. Let's say if I'm in the corner, right? I'm not being ledge trapped, but I'm in the corner. If I'm just in shield, what is my first knee-jerk response to escape your pressure? Is it jump at you and try and hit you? Try to go all the way around like this? Do I try and roll? Do I like run off stage and go to the ledge? Do I like run off stage and go for side B? Like what do I do? You really want to pay attention to those things. And I think you are capable of doing those things as well, because in our first game, like when I was rolling on stage, I rolled one time, I think I got away with it. Next time you down smashed, right? So you get it. You fully get it. This is just the next part of the puzzle for yourself to say, with regards to playing patient, how patient do you have to play? It's like, well, as patient as you have to play, which is not,
as you have to,
that's just what it is. I put out a video a super long time ago talking about T versus Mars way back in the day, talking about like why do their games take so long, right? Like what is the reason for patient play? It's like, are they camping each other into oblivion? It's like, actually no, they just don't have a genuine mistake being made in front of them that they can actually capitalize on, right? So if it's like okay, so I think there's one game there, the first stock wasn't even taken until there was 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, right? So I think that's 3.5 minutes, 3 stocks on the board still. No stocks even taken that far into the game. That's a long time to have no kills, right? Yeah. So it's like I said, but they're not camping. It's not like T was just sitting on the other side of the world, just fire hydrant and bell and apple and all this stuff. He was actually trying to get kills, and so was Mars. But like I said, it has to be a lot of bobbing and weaving, and if someone makes a mistake, that's where you go for that kill shot, whether it's a combo or a grab or stage positioning or a kill or something. If you're trying to do that too often, then you get absolutely finessed.
I see.
Okay? So yes, it takes an incredible amount of focus as well too, where it's like, this is why the game is taxing, because it's like, I don't want a microspace around somebody's like empty hops for 2 minutes or a minute and a half before interacting. I don't like not to say that you're not going to interact for 2 minutes straight and have 0% on the board, but like you can't just go ahead and go for a dash grab. It's like, well, if you just go ahead and go for a dash grab, think about who you're playing against, and if they are capable of destroying you. And I don't even mean me specifically. It could be anyone that has a handle on their character, right? If you're playing against someone who is like, if I go like this, if they just go like that, it's like, okay, well, whatever. But if I get like down air into up tilt into like an active hop into something crazy and go like this, now you're off stage, you took 60 and I get a spike and now you're dead. It's like, that all happened because you grabbed once. That's not fair. It's like, it is fair because you didn't realize like, of course, you have power that you possess as far as combo game and kill power with the character and also skill as a player, but the opponent
Yeah.
also has to be respected in that regard as well too. So to think, oh, I'll just like go for a grab, for example, it's like the same thing for me. If I just go for a grab, I can die or get comboed very hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think a big example of that too is how Falcon Punch is not even a move in competitive play.
It really
Right?
isn't.
It's because it's,
Yeah.
as you see, like that's a move that's so much more it's so much more polarizing, as obviously not safe. Right? It's hype when it happens, but it's obviously not safe, so you don't just Falcon Punch the entire game. But
Yeah.
you have other moves, and like I said, as razor thin margins get more razor thin, you have other moves that are comparable to Falcon Punch as far as being a huge commitment, such as grab or dash attack or smash attacks. Right?
Yeah.
Like short hop rising
Wow.
knee by accident. It's a huge commitment if you mess that up, right? Of course, you don't do it on
Yep.
purpose, but if it happens to happen, it's like, you can literally die from this.
You could die from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I see.
that's what we're trying to get to.
Got it. Yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm trying to get to too. Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah, man. I think we'll play one more game here.
Okay.
And then we will call it a night.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Good DI away there, though. I wanted you on the platform. So you only took 21. You could have taken like 50. Nice catch. That's unfortunate. Also unfortunate.
Yeah, whole Shillian Falco.
Honestly, my shield pressure as a player is what is good. His moves on shield are very unsafe, honestly. Oh, he's still living. Oh, I messed up. I actually think I was going to get that up tilt, not going to lie.
Good, yeah.
Even like right there, you just threw out one dash attack there that you didn't actually need, and I was able to get away from that situation. It could have been a lot worse for me. Had you just relied on movement, got a little bit closer, and maybe even gotten maybe a dash attack a bit later, or even like a run up into like a down tilt, right? Something, or even like a Falcon kick instead, just to try and catch me making my mistake. Oh my. One. That's supposed to be a parry. I'm trolling.
Alright, I see.
Up smash literally once and died. Think about that, right? Like that's the razor thin margins I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So was the up smash wrong? Technically no, but it boils down to timing, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm different. That was actually supposed to be a grab, but the game said up smash. Nice. No, so as soon as I miss an up tilt, I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the YOLO dash attack I'm talking about, right? That could be tomahawk grabs instead, or nair in front of me, and then just escaping the situation.
Yeah.
Oh, supposed to be down air.
Oh man.
Oh, that could have got punished as well.
I react. Yep.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, it's super bad. Good catch. Oops. That's supposed to be not down tilt. I guess not. Oh, it's supposed to be pivot grab. Just kidding. Yeah, let's space it. Yeah, I'm too wild. Yep. Not holding down. He's trolling. Oh.
Okay.
Think about that. Think about how much movement that last sequence took, right? A lot of nothing happened there. But it's scary. Like, that's the next level that you're trying to get to, where it's like, if you have moves that can kill, at like 70, for example, like knee.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's raw knee or stomp knee, right? Or nair one up air knee, or nair one knee something. I'm not saying fish for it, but if you don't have an opportunity to hit me with something that's actually going to get a kill, more often than not, as far as if you don't have to play with your food, then don't, is what I'm trying to say. That's where your movement becomes almost like a special, right? It's broken. I know. Here's the thing. I know people will cry for the rest of time because Falcon's turnaround is always going to be a meme. But
for sure.
As far as just overall speed, empty hopping, your fastball speed, there's a lot of things that can really play into your favor, right?
Yeah.
So just being aware of it, that's one of the biggest takeaways for sure. It's one thing to practice it and say, I'm working on movement. It's like, okay, and I talked about that before, like, what does that even mean? But to see it like that, and then also, I guess, experience it where it's like, okay, I just can't do anything. And I personally wasn't really doing a lot either. I was kind of just waiting for you to make a mistake, and I was throwing out small, safe pokes here and there. And you did catch me a couple times pretty good, right? I'm not saying I played perfect, obviously. But that's what you want to be able to do, because you can 100% do that with Falcon as well, right?
Yeah.
He's classified kind of as a rushdown, but he's more of a bait and punish, in my opinion, especially in this game compared to Smash 4, because he doesn't have combos.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, in Smash 4, I think he comboed off of dash attack too.
Oh, that's wild.
Actually, no. Was it dash attack? No, that was Samus. Samus dash attack comboed. Your side B was a kill move, I'm pretty sure. It wasn't a combo starter. So people would just dash back and forth forever. And it's like, okay, make one mistake, side B, goodbye. Like, that's how it used to be. Of course, we're not playing Smash 4, so it doesn't really matter. But as far as really, really focusing on your movement to try and find that perfect spot, if you're only getting 2-piece combos every single time you clash with your opponent, but they're getting nothing, you can just strong arm them into winning.
Oh, yeah.
Jab, the most optimal punish at 140.
Oh, for sure.
So this is the thing you could be adding in as far as your movement. I wouldn't say this is something you're doing wrong at all, but I think you could do this and it would be very useful. I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but there's a lot of times where I've been going for like double jump into Waveland, where I'll like jump past the
Yeah.
platform, then I'll go like I'll jump up past the platform, then fast fall through the platform, then double jump past the platform, and then waveland onto the platform.
Yes.
It's kind of confusing when I say it like that, but it's basically just using your double jump before wave landing. I can say.
Oh yeah.
So here's the thing. I can say that if you throw it out and you happen to get caught in the middle of it, then now you might be off stage with no jump. But just like any mix-up in the game, there's always pros and cons. The pro to that is that if someone sees you jump through a platform and then come back down the platform, sometimes they'll just throw it a grab. And then if you go for a double jump, let's say if I were to go like this and double jump, like I can't punish your grab from that high up, right? So I'll go for this into this into that, right? Or like I'll go like that. It's just like actually good. Like that. That's what I'll do. It's kind of like the long division symbol, if that makes sense. That's what
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to make, or like almost like a heartbeat almost. That's the shape that we're trying to go for, and that's so much faster to get back down, especially as a character like yourself that has stomped knee. It's huge for you because you wave land, they miss a grab like right here, and then you're right above them. You just come down, stomp into knee, and just say goodbye. Right? Versus like going like this, and then going like that, and like trying to come down so much later. Doing that into this,
Oh yeah, I do that a lot.
it's nasty, bro. So
I see.
you can start throwing that in for sure.